let's get that started. Okay. First things first. I hope everyone is doing good. You're having a wonderful Sunday. So, um, how has the market been, guys? I haven't really checked it. I don't know what's going on. I'm literally coming in fresh. So, how has the market been for you? If you want, you can unmute yourself. If you want, you can chat. Let's have a discussion. Let's see what we can do. Let's have a discussion. How has the market been for you? Have it been challenging? Has it been very good? Have you made some decent money? Or has it literally not even moved at all? Given the fact that the war between Ukraine and Russia is still going on, I expect the market to have a little bit of uncertainty involved in it. And also, there's a part that most of us didn't really look at. If you really look at what exports Ukraine have and what imports they have and what exports and imports Russia has, we could have actually traded those assets and made some money in between because they would most likely fall, right? So that's another angle that should be considered, should be looked into. So anyone has any concern about the market, or everyone seems to be good? Okay, I'll take that as everyone find it okay and good. So let's start off as usual. Let's see what the COT report is saying, and then seasonality is also saying, and then probability is saying. So is there any assets anyone want me to look into? If there's any assets you want me to look into, please let me know, and I can start off with those. Or if you just want me to just dive in and do my own personal analysis, I'll carry on and continue. Okay. All right, let's start. Let's see. We're gonna load a few assets. Let me see if I can find one or two assets to look into. So gold from the bat. Okay, someone said GBP USD. Okay, nice. We check that. So let me start from GBP USD then in that case. And yeah, one thing. Let me wait for a second. One thing I want to clarify is we had a lady in the chat this morning. I presume she didn't really understand, the entire concept of this business. And we do not have a yearly membership, guys. We have a monthly membership. So if you happen to sign up and have your membership going, and those that have the membership going right now, you all received an email that states it's a monthly membership, and on the website it does state it's a monthly membership. So please don't get that confused. Secondly, for the COT report, a lot of people have the impression that we do produce this report. This report is never produced by us. It's given by the government of the United States, CFTC. They actually mandated to release those reports. So those reports comes out once every week, not daily. So if you have the notion that it comes out daily, it's not. It comes out once every week. So just a little bit of clarification before I start the analysis, so everybody's on the same page. Because one thing I wouldn't really condone is someone coming over and trying to intimidate me or trying to make me feel a certain type of way based on the information that was already produced prior to signing up to the site. So I just wanted to get that clear. So on that note, let's go with GBP USD. So we check the COT report for GBP, then we check the COT report for USD. Let's see what's on the table. And if you have any other assets that you want me to check, post that through, because I'm going to try to move as fast as I can and cover those assets before before the time is gone. So let's see what we can find on the COT. So GP COT report, we're having 11,000 new position coming in on the long side. So these guys are going long. So I'm gonna just label that COT seasonality. All right, so COT, we got GBP going long, right? This is a very massive number because They've gone long by 11,000 position. Open interest is at 70%, so it's going to be more liquid towards our direction. We're good. These guys are going short. We don't really care about them. We care mostly about the commercial guys. These guys right here, what they're doing long and short. And we don't care about these figures. We really care about the changes. That's all we look at, the changes over time. I mean, a lot of people do use the overall positions, but I don't, because we're trading every week or every 2 weeks or every 3 weeks. So I try to stick to the current analysis. So we go with the changes at 11,000, which is good. We're taking our position from the short sides. That's perfect for me. Let's check USD. USD doesn't really have much positions. Yeah. And so what we can see in USD, they're going short. USD going short. And short means sell, long means buy, guys. If you're very new to this webinar and this is your first time, welcome on board. This is my first webinar in 3 weeks, so I might be a little bit rusty in the way I explain things to you, but the normal concept is this, right? We have 3 tools that we use: the seasonality, the probability, and the COT report. COT report shows us what the big boys are doing, people like the big banks, companies like Nike, Adidas, and people that needs currency, what the big people are doing, and they have certain inside information that we do not have. So we tend to piggyback off their move. And then the seasonality is just basically the season in the year to trade a specific asset. So we have the Christmas, when price of turkey and all of those stuff goes up, and then after Christmas the price tends to fall, and the same thing happens during Ramadan period for the Muslim guys, with the price of everything during that period, cows and cattle goes up, and after that season it falls. The same thing applies, same concept applies to the market, which there's specific seasons which a specific asset goes up, and specific season which a specific asset goes down. So that's the seasonality. And probability is the percentage of win on a specific date. You're going to see that tool in a moment. So that's just a quick recap, and I had to do that very fast because we do have 30 minutes left. So now let me slow it all the way back down, and then we continue with analysis. JPY, someone said JPY. You just want me to check the JPY season probability or seasonality, or be specific, please. Do you want a specific asset, or it's just you just want me to check the COT report for JPY? I can load the COT report for JPY right now so you can see what that is. I'm still coming to GBP USD. I haven't skipped it. I'm just laying it all down. And someone wants me to check Euro and also AUD. So let's check JPY first, and then move Euro and AUD. Whoa. Wow. There's big move happening in JPY, man. Whoa. What the heck is this? Oh my God. All right, they're going long. JPY is going long. Now, the main reason I select long, even though these guys have positions going short, big, I tend to go with the biggest position, and the gap is wide. That's if I'm not mistaken, 200% gap, no, 300% gap, in the differences. And also these guys are going short, which means that I'm going to stick with these guys, So JPY is long, and then we got the Euro, and then someone wants to check the AUD as well. So I'm just going to close that. Let's check Euro. So we go Euro, then AUD. So with the Euro, we don't have a position right here. It's literally nothing to be found right here. No buy, no sell. So I'm off that. I don't need to check these guys. All right. So AUD, what do we have? Just got to reload that quickly. AUD, the same concept applies. No buy, no sell. You cannot hear me? Okay, let me put that louder. It should be perfectly fine. I hope you guys can hear me better now. I've increased this the volume from the sound card, and it should be perfectly loud now. If you can hear me better now, just let me know. Just send me a message just like you did before. Okay, so let's move on and check the GBP USD. So we have checked the COT report going long for GBP, and also USD. We check the COT report going short. So that guarantees that at least to an extent, GBP USD is most likely going to go up. It's going to buy, but we can't really say that for a fact until we start seeing what the seasonality of the GBP is. So let's check the seasonality of GBP and see what we have going on in these guys with these guys. So bang on 27th right here. So if I'm not mistaken, GBP is meant to be going up from the 25th. Now I haven't looked at the chart, right? But from around the 25th, we should see GBP start gaining strength. But we are on 27th now. 27th to this to 28, 29. But from 29th right here. So let me just zoom in a little bit. Right. From 29th right here, we should at least see GBP start gaining strength. So if I look at let me just make this plain chart. Let me actually load the EMA one, plain chart with EMA. So if we look at GBP USD, okay. So with GBP USD, this is what we've seen. GBP has fallen. And let's check this GBP seasonality. So 21st, so around 21st, you should see that fall up until about 26th to 25th. But it's 21st was right here. The fall didn't happen. The fall happened from 23rd instead. So what we should be looking at is, since we already have a delay, we have a delay of 2 days right here. We have to be careful if we're going to go long. Now, that's where probability is going to come into play, and then we're going to see if we're going to go long. Williams, looking at the Williams or the daily, Williams is already instigating that we have an up move coming. It's not that much, but at least there's a little bit of up move coming from the Williams. So that literally gives me a little bit of boost. I'm just going to put Will here. Minimize. How do I minimize this? Yeah, there we go. GBP, USD. So Williams giving me a little bit of boost on that seasonality. So I'll go GBP, got that going long. So that's good. Hold on a second, guys. I got my alarm coming on in the house. Let me just quickly check what that is. Apologies, someone's cooking downstairs, so fire alarm came on. So we have GBP going long, then GBP USD on the Williams going long, COT going long. So I want to check the USD also, see what we have. So we know that from here, 29th, GBP is meant to go up. So if we go long, right, we have that going long, and for how many days? Up until at least the 31st or the 1st. So what could happen in situations like this is, because I know overall, right, it's just going to consolidate for a little while. Then the up move really starts at the 7th of April. We can quickly write off this small move. And then when it comes back down, we'll just ignore it and then go back in later. So what we have now is this. We have that. And then let me check USD for this. And for the guys that like, why am I not analyzing the chart yet? Why am I not looking at, support, resistance, and all of that stuff? The strategy doesn't really necessitate I be on the chart. It's a strategy that you just need to check fundamentals, and you do the technicals. The technicals about 5%, 10% of the game. So, so we'll do that in a bit. So also on that same 29th, right, what we can see right here is USD is meant to fall, start losing strength. So if USD start losing strength from that 29th, and it's going to lose strength up until April the 30th, so we might be in the long-term move for GBP USD. So we might see a situation which GBP might come into this zone right here. And then, if I'm not mistakenly, price will go up for 4 weeks. If price comes here, retest here, so at least here, the 200 EMA on a weekly chart, or maybe even the 50 EMA on the weekly chart. Let me see what that does on monthly. So monthly price literally is resisted from the 20 and the 50 EMA. So yeah, so ideally what we could see is next month's candle becoming, green, going up. So price already came to this zone right here, got its support, and price is probably going to go back up to somewhere around here, but not in this month, maybe the month after that. But so far everything is pointing to the long on the GBP USD. So on USD, got that going short, 29th as well. And that should last up until the first, so if we have that lasting up until the first, right, what we could do in this scenario is, let's see, last up to the first. Yeah, so what we can see after that is price pulling back up, and then from the 7th, price start falling lower. So we're literally going in on a small move. So that's that. And then the next thing to do is check on probabilities. So GBP USD, let's see what we have. So right now we're in March, and let's look at what we have. So we have GBP USD on the same 29th. We have it going long, 54% chance of going long, 70% on 30th, and 31st, 58%. So we at least have that, and then on the first we have 59% before we then have to fall, and then a little bit of a consolidation, which was exactly what was shown in the seasonality chart. And then from the 11th we have that price move going up. So so basically probability GBP USD, long, then we go that from, apologies for this, see if I can close that up. So go long, and then on the 29th till the 1st. So in regards to that, the first trade that we called that Mr. Chima called, GBP USD, we have all assurance that the trade is going long. We have COT pointing long for GBP, whilst COT also pointing short for USD. And then we have seasonality pointing long, the same time USD pointing short. And then we have probability pointing long up until the 1st, while Williams also pointing long. So that means that come on the 29th, so tomorrow's 28th, market opens tonight, but on the 29th, on Tuesday, we're looking to buy GBP USD. Right. GBP from 29th till 1st. Risk. So this is a low risk trade, and it's going to happen between the 29th and the 1st. So, which then leaves us to the technical analysis. So we know for a fact that it's going to happen on the 29th. So what you can do in this scenario is not even come onto the chart until the 29th before you start looking at trading GBP USD. You can ignore it tomorrow. You don't need to trade it tomorrow. Then come on the 29th at 12 o'clock and then start mapping out where your support, your resistance is going to be. I mean, just by looking at it, there's certain areas which are there's going to be support and resistance. Let me load up this tool right here. It just helps me to map out where support and resistance is. So yeah, so I mean, I was looking at this zone for support anyway, and price is telling me right here will be a good support region. But because of the 29, I don't know if price is going to pull all the way down here before it gains that support. So what I would do in cases like this is to wait until once Monday is done and see what price shows me, in regards to that. This is beautiful. Exactly where I mapped out is the same place the indicator maps out the region of support to be. So yeah, my recommendation on GBP USD, it's a long trade. It's going to buy. You have to wait till the 29th. I would say tomorrow, wait and see what happens tomorrow. On the 29th, you come in and they map out where your support and resistance is going to be. Then you trade from that zone. As easy as that. Does anyone have any questions? Have I confused anybody? Regards to that, you can type, you can type up your questions, or you can also unmute yourself. I'll give you a moment for that.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Okay. Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah, I think you were right, because this is W forming up. So it's the last leg that is forming up. Maybe by tomorrow, the last leg will be completed. Then you cannot take the buy.
Yeah. I mean, you're absolutely correct. The market is already, pulling out its technicals, and from the technical perspective, it does actually look like it's going to go up anyway. I'm really not familiar with the W because of my style of trading, but I'm open to enlightenment on that segment. Where do you see the W, please? Can you highlight on the screen so I can see where the W is? Thank you.
You see the blue EMA that is there?
Yeah, this one?
Yeah, that's the neckline. That's the neckline for the W. So it's going to come down to form the last leg.
Oh, this.
Yes, that's the neckline. So it's going to come down to form the complete leg of the W. It might even shift downward though, depends on the momentum and all that. Then the last leg is going to buy straight up.
Okay. So this is what you're looking at, literally right there.
Yeah.
Okay, it makes absolute sense. I mean, because I'm more of a fundamental guy, and I look at the fundamentals, which is the seasonality and probability and all of that stuff. And from that already showing me that this price is going to go up. So what I would do is observe till tomorrow, and then on Tuesday, map my entry. Give me a second, please. My alarm is coming on again. Apologies. It seems I'm missing out on the barbecue. So yeah. So let's sorry, say that again, please.
Yeah, you see the last white candle.
Yes.
Or the first leg of the W.
This one.
The last one, no. The first leg of the W, down.
Oh yeah, this one, yeah.
Like with the last white candle. That is the other block.
Oh yeah, that's the other block. Yeah.
So it's going to trace back to that other block before it pushes up.
Yeah, that's what I'm expecting. But the funny thing is, because of seasonality, is telling me that price is most likely going to move on Tuesday. Now, I'm not sure if price is gonna really drop all the way into the zone and then go up. Because if you look at it, right, look at this. You see this candle right here? Literally came into it already. Price does a funny thing that sometimes it comes into the zone, gives you just a small end, and then it moves away. So at this zone right here, there's a resistance because there's something. Let me delete all of this. Let me make this clean a little bit.
This is GDP. They have high swing.
Yes,
so we take it as a spike. Yeah, this is GDP. They have high swing. We take it as a spike to that candle, that other block. Then we'll move up. Maybe it might end up as being an hammer or railroad track. Then straight.
I mean, you're absolutely correct. You're absolutely correct. That's one thing I've learned in this market. Never underestimate, because you could do that literally. You could raid everybody out. Everybody that's in from here, raid them out quickly, and then start going up in your direction. And that happens a lot. We could even see something like this happen. That's why I just loaded the ATR right now. ATR gives me an average range of the pricing in the last 14 days, and it's estimating 94 pips. So the market could move an average of 97 pips before it even start going in this direction. So price could come up until 97 pips is right around, yeah, just about the tip of the former green zone I had, the other block, right around here. So there could be a possibility of a swing to around this section before price even start moving up. And you're absolutely correct, So it's just about being ready for the move, because the move is most likely going to happen. There's a high possibility that this move is going to happen. It's now about, are you ready enough to make it happen, and also not over leveraging accounts, because a lot of people will see a good move and over leverage the account. So we have to be very careful with that as well. So money management, employ that good, and you should be fine. Okay.
Sorry.
Yes.
This move, I'm perceiving it to happen in the evening tomorrow, because most times they tend to move without people being vigilant in the market. So it might spike towards the low of the day by tomorrow, then shift away to consolidation before tomorrow morning, Asian period, start
Yeah.
moving up.
Yeah. I mean, also, again, you're correct. Like, these people, they already know when people are most active and when people are not as active. And they know, they've set, I can assure you, most of them are set dependent orders, because if you go back and look at the COT reports, right? If we look at the GBP COT report, we can see there's a massive, 11,000 new positions added into the market. So if there's 11,000 new positions added into the market, some of them are they're definitely gonna be pending orders. So whichever region the pending order is, the most pending order is around here, that's where price is gonna drive down into. And then once price drives in there, it's gonna literally move away from that zone. So the question is now is, where is the pending order? And most of the time, I mean, what the big guys always do is put the pending order around the support or resistance area, or around an order block, and it makes everything much sweeter for them. So you're correct. Let's see what happens in regards to the timing of the trade. But one thing we're sure now of is the direction of the trade, and we're sure of the length of the trade. Now the question is, when is it exactly going to happen, or where exactly is it going to happen? That's the question now. Okay. So thank you very much for that opinion. Does anyone else have anything they want to speak about in regards to that trade?
I don't know if I can be heard.
Yes, I can hear you. Yes.
All right. So I mean, the explanations you made and then the contributions are quite valid.
Yeah.
I just wanted to ask, based on the PZ support and resistance indicator that I saw.
Yes.
If it's available on the professional package now, right?
Yeah, it is.
Okay. I just wanted to confirm that.
Yeah, it is there for all members, regardless of what membership you get.
Okay.
It's available to to get.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Does anyone else have any question? Feel free to ask, guys. I mean, the best thing is to ask now, then we get that all sorted, than to be in the market, because once you're in the market, everybody's focused. Remember, I'm also trading, so there might not be enough time for me to reply you on time. So let's keep that in mind. So, okay. So in regards to the Euro AUD, we already checked the COT report for Euro, and we checked the COT report for also AUD, and we've seen that both asset was not looking good. So in regards to that, Euro AUD won't be something I would trade at all, So, but one thing I can see is JPY also going long. Now, because we know JPY is going long, guess what? We can trade that against the USD. So USD JPY, for example, could be USD JPY could be short. But before we decide to go on USD JPY, let's check one more thing, and which is the probability report for USD JPY. If the probability for USD JPY gives us exactly what we're looking for, then USD JPY could also be another trade we can capitalize on. So let me just go on that. So we're looking for USD to sell during this period. And okay, with this one is slightly more tricky, because this one says we should sell from the 28th. We have a 51% chance selling from 28. Now, keep in mind, that's just a 2% difference. There's not a lot. So it's going to be like a really risky, not really risky, but it's going to come with some level of risk into it. So, you know, that's something we have to be very careful about. But ideally, I always like it to have 3 days in a row. So I only have 2 days, then we have 1 day going up, then another day going down, and then going up. So let's check USD JPY. Let's see what we can find. So, okay. All right. So from the looks of it, USD has been killing JPY already. So it's high time JPY actually pulls back. So it's pretty much another no-brainer. Most likely what's going to happen is price is going to actually fall on this asset. Price is literally going to fall on this asset. So this is another good trade. Whoa. What the? Since I've been gone, this has been going up. I've been gone for 3 weeks, and the 3 weeks it's gone literally to the sky. Yeah, price is already at resistance. Price is literally at resistance. Yeah, price is at resistance. So in regards to USD JPY, I don't really even need to do much analysis. I can see the Williams has been pumping it. It's been telling me this is going to drop, but it hasn't dropped yet. And now that the seasonality is aligned with it in regards to the USD, and also the COT report has aligned with it. And keeping in mind that these people, I can't remember how many positions they put into JPY, but they did put a lot into JPY. Let me see how many positions they put in there. Yeah, 26,000 positions to buy into JPY. Then most likely we're going to see that drop happen. Let me check the JPY seasonality, see what we can find out. I got like 6 minutes left on the Zoom, so I would have to wrap up after this one just to create a little bit more space. So we're right. Now this is slightly risky because the JPY seasonality is showing me JPY is meant to lose strength around this region, right? So it's meant to lose strength around this time of the year. And if it's meant to lose strength around this time of the year, then I shouldn't really be banking on the COT report going long. But because of USD is also meant to lose strength around this year, it makes it a little bit more interesting to want to trade this asset going now. You know, I think I can trade this, or you guys can trade this as well, depending on your level of, you know, of understanding. But from now, this is where this gets interesting. From 28th or 29th, 29th till 1st as well. Now we're riding based of the seasonality of USD because we know the USD is going to lose strength. Now this is going to be a high risk trade because we do not have the JPY fully aligned with it. But what we can see is if this drops, which it's going to drop, you know, there is that high possibility that this trade is going to drop. Just looking at the price action alone, then we might be able to take off at least 300 pips because estimated drop on this asset for me should be about to 20 EMA, you know, at least minimum to the 20 EMA. Let me check 4 hours. So it's going to break. It's most likely going to break the 20 on the 4 hours, but drop to 50. Okay, let's say 50 right here. And where that 50 is, so estimated drop level, at least minimum now for me is 189 pips. And I already know that it does 89 pips on a daily chart on average. So what I can expect is price drop up to this zone, USD JPY. So that would be another trade for me to take, you know. And this is the beauty of this these tools, because now that I know what the COT seasonality and Williams is saying on these assets, I can literally start picking those assets out, you know, the ones I believe that are going to do good. Now, someone else asked me to check NZD JPY. Let me quickly just check the COT report.
If you check the 4 hours, you check the 4 hours of this one.
Well,
will form at the top.
What this?
You can see the MO is forming. Look at the spike, the neck. The MO is forming, and once you get there, we cool down.
Yeah, so it's most likely.
Yes, pulling down.
Yeah, so this is also most likely going to drop down. So those are two assets already that we can see drop down. Let me see if I can squeeze in NZD into this analysis. NZD doesn't look good on this level. And if we look at NZD on COT is not looking good. So if I look at NZD, if it doesn't lose strength on the seasonality, I wouldn't even touch the NZD this time around. NZD JPY. Yeah, it doesn't really look as if it's going to lose strength. If anything, it's meant to gain strength. So with the NZD JPY, I won't touch that asset, but the GBP USD and the USD JPY, those are two trades that I would consider trading this week. So does anybody have any insights or questions in regards to those two trades? I mean, those two trades are sufficient enough. If you focus on just those two, I assure you make some money this week. That's literally the raw truth. You make some money this
Good evening,
week.
Mr. Dage.
Yes, sir. That voice sounds familiar. Sounds very familiar.
Yes, it's Mr. Also.
Mr. Oza, how you doing, mate?
I'm doing well. It's been a while. I want to ask the
Yes.
time for the webinar. Have you rescheduled it? Because I nearly missed out. I was thinking it was by 6.
Yes, UK time changed today. So
Okay,
literally,
because our own time, the time it corresponds is 7 here, but yours is 6 there. So I was waiting. I just clicked and see that it's already going on now.
yeah.
Please later, can you upload the rewatch for us on YouTube?
Yes, I'll upload the replay so you can watch it again.
How was your trip? Welcome back.
It was good. I didn't want to leave. I have to be honest with myself. I did not want to leave. Yeah, it's very beautiful.
We've missed you. We've missed you really so much. Welcome back.
Man, I miss you guys too, man.
You eat our Eba. You eat our Eba.
No. I had snails. I had a lot of chicken and snails and beef, but because I was more busy, I had to see a lot of people. You know, it's more different from the lifestyle I have here. Right here, I'm more at home, not doing much. But in Nigeria, you know, you get to move a lot. You're awake about 6, 7 in the morning, you're already up. Here, I sleep to like 11, 12. So it was good. It was very beautiful. I have to be honest. I didn't want to leave, and it's definitely a place I'm going to be coming back to more often. It's a beautiful country.
Great to have you back. Welcome back.
Thank you very much.
Just draw that zone so that they should wait to get to that zone for the take it to sell.
Say that again, please.
For this JPY.
Yes.
At the 4-hour time frame.
Yeah.
The last candle that is going up for the first leg.
Yeah.
Yes, the last green candle. I don't know if it's green is your. Not the one coming down, the one going up.
This one, yeah.
For the first.
We literally have 30 seconds left. It's gonna end anytime soon.
Come to your left. Come to your left.
Yeah.
Go right with one more candle.
Yeah.
Yes. Draw the zone for the up and down week. Let them wait for the price to get there before they can take their sale.
Okay. All right, guys. That's all we have for today. Okay. So that's the zone right there. If you guys want to learn more, just holler me on Telegram. I'll post the website also there. Take care of yourself, guys, and have a lovely trading week. All right.
Thank you, sir.
Guys.
All right, you too.
All right. Bye.